Hello there, my very good friends. I'm Andy H. Murray. This is Ben Roy Turner.
Hello there. Do we have your attention now?
I hope we do. If you're watching this and you're on your phone doing something else, what are you doing? Pay attention. This is what went down, AEW Rampage, the first dance. What did go down, Ben Roy Turner, is CM Punk. We're going to run through this show. We're going to start at the top in AEW, unveiling Mr. Phil Brooks at the top of the show. Yeah, he just comes out, doesn't he?
Philip Brooks
just comes out,
got on his knees and just drank it in, baby. He just came out there, listened to one of his favourite songs by Living Colour, Cult Personality, took it all in, heard everyone shout CM Punk. We could kind of hear it off the headphones that we were watching as we were on the live stream. I can't get over that it's actually happened. It's after, you say 7 years, it feels like 700 years, especially after so much has happened with the creation of AEW and like the weird promise of CM Punk saying that they just text him and he felt offended. Remember that time a long ago? Never felt like it's going to happen. It happened. I've got the bumps of the gooses. Have you got any more gooses? Have you got anything else to add to this? Because I'm just going to lose myself because CM Punk, Phil Brooks is back.
Yeah, so Cult of Personality hits, he comes down, it's the big moment, it's everything. There's people crying in the crowd. Yeah. It's a special moment in wrestling history. It just is. I'm sorry if you're cynical about it. He comes in, he sits cross-legged in the ring, and he milks it for everything it's worth, it has to be said. And of course he does. That's what he should do. It's what wrestling is all about. He speaks about being away, and it really is a top-class promo from a top-class promo guy. Speaks about how he left pro wrestling in 2005 when he left Ring of Honor and everything else. And, there's so much content in this and so much history and so much importance. But, to look forward to it, he's talking about how he's back. He's going to be here every Wednesday and Friday. He's going to be active. He's going to be visible. He's not going to be a part-time guy seemingly collecting a paycheck. Set up the match with Darby Allin, effectively, which we thought was coming after Darby said the best in the world on Dynamite a few weeks ago. Darby and staying up at the top. CM Punk looks at them, calls them out effectively. Looks like we're going to get that match. He said he wants to work with people, new people, young people, but also settle some old scores as well. The whole thing was about 20 minutes long, thereabouts. It occupied about a third of the show. But they put it at the top of the show, probably knowing that if you saved it until later, the whole building would be full of CM Punk chants.
Yeah,
right?
and one of the important things for me in this promo and this whole presentation, there was no sour grapes. There was a dig at the fact that he had left pro wrestling when he went to the WWE because it's sports entertainment and it's less a pro wrestling feel to him and other people. But there was no sour grapes. He was smiling. Everyone was happy. It wasn't about like, take that, Vince McMahon. It was all like, let's just enjoy this moment. It's happened. Now let's revel in it and let's just get on this train. Let's just ride this until all out and beyond. And I personally can't wait for Darby Allin and CM Punk. I just want to see CM Punk's entrance all out, but also I can't wait for him on Dynamite next week.
Yeah, absolutely. He announced he's going to be on Dynamite next week.
Yes.
That's going to do a nice number. I think this was really everything everyone was hoping for and more. They couldn't have done this any better, I don't think. And
new t-shirt as well, by the way.
New t-shirt. Oh, and the most important thing of all, he announced that everyone gets a free ice cream bar in the arena.
Taz was gobbling one as we cut back.
Taz was stuffing one down his throat. It was great stuff. Just a proper emotional moment. The kind of thing you watch the whole sport for. And I'm going to go back and rewatch it. We watched it on the stream. Stream was awesome tonight. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and donated and everything else. But when you watch it on the stream, you don't have the sound as high and everything else. I'm going to go back and watch it, drink it in a little bit more. But, CM Punk is obviously the big story coming out of this show. But we got some other stuff to talk about as well. And we're going to do that right now. Following on from CM Punk, we had Jurassic Express. Private Party, first round of the Tag Team Title Eliminator Tournament. The winner of this tournament, of course, gets a shot at the Young Bucks and their Tag Team titles are all out inside a steel cage. Jurassic Express beating Private Party in a fun, fast-moving, back and forth match. The kind of action you expect from these two teams, really, really exciting stuff. They were in a tough spot. Following CM Punk is a tough go, but they did what they could with it. They did well, and it was a fun, exciting match, like we said. won in the end. The double power bomb, Jurassic Express, getting the pinfall, advancing. Big babyface victory for this crowd. Exactly what they were looking for after Chick Magnet Phil. And yeah, good stuff. Show kept on rolling.
It's hard, isn't it? Because
it's really
well, who were the last people that had to follow CM Punk? You're thinking so long ago now, like, but at the same time, this match, not in a bad way. It was, for me, it's kind of predictable. The HFO aren't exactly an elite group. It's more of a group of, say, like misfits that Matthew Hardy can sort of like absorb their currency out of and scour them out of everything else. But it was a match that needed to be nothing. I can't pick out any bad holes about this match. I enjoyed it, and it was it felt a bit different to one of the standard AEW tag matches, where it felt a bit more controlled and reserved than I had expected until the very, very end. But Private Party had to lose, and Jurassic Express had to go on because they had an awesome match with Young Bucks on Dynamite.
Yeah, and the tournament continues on Dynamite with the Lucha Brothers versus Varsity Blondes.
Yes.
Very nice indeed. Next on the card, well, this was quick. Jade Cargill beat Kiera Hogan in 1 minute.
Yes.
1 minute. So there was a little promo from Jade.
I did call this squash match.
Yeah, well, it's a squash match. It was Jade cutting a promo with Mark Sterling before the match. Real quick stuff. Kiera Hogan got into it. She got some shots in early on after Jade kind of threw her to the ground. But she wasn't long for this world after that. Jade did that ridiculous kick where it looks like she's kicking the skull into the seventh row. It looks awesome. It's great. And then she hit the finisher there. Rolled her into the pin. Bang, bang, bang. 1, 2, 3, done. 1 minute. In and out. Exactly what it needed to be. Eyes on Jade, who looked great. Kiera Hogan doing the job. Good stuff. Good stuff.
You called it as you was confused as Jade Cargill was selling for about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
And if you was to go back and see the stream, Andy's like, "What's going on here?" She said,
"Bam!"
Big boot in the face. Done for.
Teeth down the throat. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom.
That's all you need. Just keep building Jade Cargill, and she's money.
She is, and they put her on a big platform here on the CM Punk show as well.
Yes.
They did that on purpose. They wanted you to pay attention to Jade Cargill. It's like when they showcased her with Shaq as well. Same idea. And finally, 1 hour show. 1 hour show. How refreshing. Jon Moxley defeated Daniel Garcia in the main event. This went about 4 minutes. There was some dueling promos beforehand with Mark Henry in the middle. Jon Moxley, I think he said something like, "I'm going to commit something resembling assault against you, Daniel Garcia." And he did. Kicked his ass. That punk Daniel Garcia got what was coming to him after recent misgivings. Garcia worked Jon Moxley's leg. He tied him up in knots at points. And Moxley was limping after the match, really selling that. But Moxley was too brutish, too aggressive. He overcame him. He put him away with the Bulldog choke, made him tapped out. Afterwards, 2.0 hit the ring. Those rascals beat the baby faces down. Eddie Kingston's there as well. He gets a taste. But Sting and Darby Allin come out for the save. Show kind of ends with the baby faces running wild. Sting does a stinger splash. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Popping way to end the show, for sure.
I'm going to be honest, I wasn't paying attention. I was just looking at Eddie Kingston the whole time. I was just staring at him. I was waiting for Eddie Kingston to do anything that he wanted. But no, in a serious note, it's a match to bring these fellas even more into the fold of AEW. And even the way Jon Moxley was very dominant in this match, I don't think it went negatively at all over anyone else. And it was... Yeah, I wonder how this might mesh into the whole CM Punk Derby thing, because now Jon Moxley, and I feel like Eddie Kingston was floating about, and I don't know if you just said it then, if you was, I wasn't listening. Is Jon Moxley going to go to the dark side? We had the bit of discussion at the end of the stream. There's all these things up in the air, but also at the same time, CM Punk's back.
CM Punk's back, baby. That's the big story. If you want to know what went down on Rampage, CM Punk was there. So... that's what went down on AEW Rampage. But thank you for joining us for this succinct roundup of everything that happened on the show. Yeah, man, we've had a great time tonight. I hope you guys have had a great time tonight. Special night in wrestling. And you know, the weekend is continuing. SummerSlam's tomorrow. Takeovers on Sunday. Ridiculous time. Impact Emergence was tonight as well. It's a good time to be a fan, man. Follow us on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. Follow Ben Roy Turner at
Ben Roy Turner.
Simple, effective. Learn a lesson from that. Andy H. Murray on Twitter. Probably going to bed now. Bye.